All right, y'all can't see me any goddamn way, so it don't even matter. So this is going to be a segment I'm going to refer to as one of three things. It's called Your Money, right? And it's going to be described as either save your money or spend your money. Now this is coming from, I don't know what, 26, 27, 28 years of video game experience. And I've been playing video games since the Atari 2600. And the thing about me is I'm very observant. And I notice little niches that caused me to avoid certain games that I knew were bad and to buy games that I knew that were going to be good, regardless of what the media and the companies behind these games try to push them up to be. Because you guys know as well as I do, they can package up a trailer really well and take the best parts about a video game, or hell, even movies or anything like that. But video games is what we're going to stick to in DLC. If they're going to, they're going to package it up real nice in those trailers. Because the whole point is to make the game look good in the trailer, but you can still tell that it's going to be trash because they do it in a certain way. And I feel like with return practices being as bad as they are in most of these stores, like GameStop, infamously known for their terrible return practices on products that you don't like, primarily games and what have you. Walmart has a bad return policy. Best Buy, I don't know too much because I don't really have experience with them like that. But yeah, a lot of these places that you buy games from, they have terrible return policy. And it would be good if you had somebody that can actually let you know from experience in buying video games and noticing the little niches that let you know whether or not they're going to be good or not. It'll be cool if you had somebody like that to actually tell you and give you pointers on why you should or shouldn't buy a video game. And that's where this series is going to be helpful to a lot of people. So this video, we're going to be talking about Dragonball Z Kakarot, which is the latest Dragon Ball Z game they have coming out on, I think early next year on the PlayStation 4, PC, and Xbox One. Now, I'm very well understanding. I understand very well that they have die-hard Dragon Ball Z fans out there, just like they have die-hard Blizzard fans. Like any game that Blizzard makes, they have a hardcore fan base that are so blind to whether or not the product is good or not. Just as long as the name Blizzard is behind it, they're going to buy it. You know what I mean? So they have mindless sheep like that. And just the same thing with animes and in video games. You have certain people that go out their way to buy video games just because of the name and not because whether or not they know the game is going to be good or not. Let me say it like this. For Dragon Ball Kakarot, save your fucking money. And I'm saying that very viscerally. Save your fucking money. Because this game is going to be bullshit. Now, let me explain. Hold on. I know some of y'all are thinking, wait a minute. The game is going to be bullshit, but it looks good. It looks like the controls are going to be good. You know, it's playing through all the sagas of Dragon Ball Z. You know, why did you think it's going to be bad? You know, it looks like a really great game. And you know what? Technically, this is going to be a really great game, right? Technically. The controls are going to be good. I can tell you that. The graphics they look amazing. But here's the thing. And this is where the decision on why I'm not buying this game and why you shouldn't buy it either, even though I know there's got a bunch of mindless people that's going to do it anyway, unfortunately, I've been playing video games since the Atari 2600. Fast forward up to the release of the PlayStation 1, I was getting Japanese video games, imported during that time as well. And I had people that I knew who was getting Japanese imports of video games, right? I, probably more so than other people, have been playing Dragon Ball Z games since the beginning of them being released in the West and the East. And I noticed that they never, especially with Dragon Ball Z games, because they don't have this problem with other games out there, which I'm gonna get to in a little bit. Dragon Ball video games has the most repetitive content of all time. And I'm putting that shit up there with Pokemon. Because Pokemon, it's the same thing that they release in a slightly different way and get you, and they trick people so easily into thinking they're getting a different game when it's really the exact same thing they played 10 plus years ago. The exact same thing. Okay, let me explain it like this. How many times are we gonna get a Dragon Ball Z game where we're playing through the Saiyan saga, the Frieza saga, the Cell saga, the Buu saga, you know what I'm saying, and over again? When they make One Piece games, even though One Piece, they making them in like a Musou style, they still releasing the games in the current time of the anime. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's updated. They got One Piece Pirate Warriors 4 coming out. They're going through the Land of Wano arc. They're going through Whole Cake Island. The Big Mama's in there. They got everybody in the game that's up to the point in the anime. Kaido, you know what I'm saying? You're going through the story to where it's up to date. You're buying a different and up to date, a new game that's bringing new content into the, Why are we still playing through the Saiyan saga, the Cell saga, the Frieza saga, and the Majin Buu saga in Dragon Ball Z games? In 2020, we're going to be playing through the exact the same 5 sagas that we've been playing through since the PlayStation 1. Like, damn, dude. Can y'all please just, give us, like, there have been multiple other sagas in Dragon Ball. Like, we had all of Dragon Ball Super, right? We've had all of fucking, hell, we got Dragon Ball GT that's out. Y'all don't even give us the 4 or 5 sagas that we had with that. We don't want to keep playing through the same, well, maybe some of y'all do, because y'all gonna buy it anyway like mindless sheep. Y'all don't understand the vision of, or the business of buying and not buying based on a lot of y'all, you're so used to getting the same content anyway. You figure if they played it, for whatever reason, y'all think that if y'all play the exact same thing in a different manner, that they're going to come to their senses and allow you to experience something different the next time they play. It's not going to be like that. You got to understand, like, they have been doing this for 10 plus years. Y'all have not woken up yet. They have not woken up yet. Why? I'm not buying this game because I refuse to play through the same 5 sagas that I've been playing through for the past 10 years. Even in the Budokai and the Budokai Tenkaichi games, they did the same shit. Like, they just released back to, at least with the Budokai Tenkaichi series, they were smart enough to put in the storylines from like the movies and, things like that. But when it came to, just why? And then what they're gonna do? Like, the BoJack movie is gonna be released as DLC. The Plan to Eradicate the Saiyans is gonna be released as DLC. Like what? Like I can basically tell you what they're going to do because they did it for so damn long. And with the DLC practices being what they are, I would not be surprised if they give you some. I'm not going to say all, but I'm going to say some of Dragon Ball Super and maybe some of Dragon Ball GT. You know what I mean? And try to act like you're getting an exclusive deal or some bullshit like that. You know, it goes back to me saying, like, you have people who are going to buy this Dragon Ball Kakarot game, and you know you're finna get gypped. But some of y'all just don't give a fuck about y'all money, so y'all gonna spend it on bullshit any damn way. But this game is not worth buying. You know what I mean? I remember, and I gotta give a shout out to Hip Hop Gamer, and this is not a slight to you, homie, but you did say some stupid shit one day. It was like, let me see. Word stupid may be like a strong word, but that's all I can think of at the moment. But it's like you said some stuff. It was, I don't know what Sonic game it was, but you had said something about a Sonic game that was horrible. I don't know if it was Sonic 2006 or if it was that Sonic and like the Werehog. I forgot what the official name of that game was, but the Werehog Sonic video game, which a lot of people touted as like being a bad game. It was okay. It wasn't as bad as people try to make it out to be, but it wasn't the best Sonic that we know we could have gotten at that time. It's like some people know we're knowledgeable of what we're getting. And when you tell us things like, you know what I'm saying, this is not just Hip Hop Gamer. I'm not just gonna slight him, but I'm just saying he one person that I remember doing this, as well as many other people out there. Especially like the Shields, who are infamously K-Brad, L.I. Joe, Filipino Champ, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. We gonna leave that shit alone. But Justin Wong, Maximilian with that all-star fighting mobile game for King of Fighters that they don't even play, trying to tell you, oh, this is gonna be the greatest. You know what I'm saying? Justin Wong said that was one of the greatest games ever. Not one of the greatest mobile games, but one of the greatest games ever. Shut up, Justin. But a line has to be drawn. As a consumer and as a developer, you got to know what the hell people want. And you're thinking people want to play through the exact same thing in a new, with new graphics. No, we want to play through this. We want to play through Dragon Ball Super. We want to play through Dragon Ball GT. Y'all don't even give us a Dragon Ball GT game. If this game was playing through Dragon Ball Super and Dragon Ball GT, because supposedly, even though GT isn't considered canon anymore, oh, and on a side note, I just thought this was funny. A lot of people think that Dragon Ball GT stands for Grand Tour. No, it actually stands for Goku Time. Because I actually call it Dragon Ball Goku Time, because that's all you got. It was just Goku all the damn time. But they completely forgot about everybody else until like the very end, when Vegeta became like a factor during like the Omega Shenron fight in the Baby Saga, during the Shadow Dragon Saga and the Baby Saga. But yeah, man, how come y'all just can't give us like, I'm still waiting on them to release an Inuyasha open world game following the anime source material. You know what I mean? Like, I just refuse to buy this game because of what they're giving with it. You know what I mean? Like, it makes absolutely no damn sense to be playing through the same 5 sagas that we've been playing through day in and day out. I don't want to play through, like y'all giving us bullshit and y'all expect us to pay for it. And some people will. Like I said, they're mindless people. But if we're going to think sensibly about this, it's no reason to buy this game. If you're a fan of Dragon Ball Z, knowing what we've been getting. If you're like a new age Dragon Ball fan, and what I mean by that is somebody who just started watching Dragon Ball within like the past couple of years, like after Dragon Ball FighterZ was released, you can't, Like, honestly, like, I can't expect anything from y'all because y'all didn't start playing video games until, you know what I mean, one button combos was a fucking thing. But yeah, it has to be, like, something's got to give, man. Something's got to give. And I refuse to give my money to a company that doesn't understand that we don't want this crap. We don't. So I'll be passing on Dragon Ball Kakarot, and if you're sensible, you would pass on it too. A message got to be sent. They got to hit them pockets that we don't want to play through the same 5 sagas anymore. Give us a Dragon Ball Super game, give us a Dragon Ball GT game, or just don't release any Dragon Ball, or just focus on Dragon Ball Fighters. You know what I mean? Because just to give you even more bullshit, right? That they're trying to do. These are Saiyans in the game, and yet they're telling you that they're going to be features in the game, right? It's going to be like an open world, game. But it's going to be features in the game, or supposedly it's going to be open world game. Let me not say that. But there's going to be features in the game where you can build bikes and do races and shit like that. These are Saiyans that can fly. Let me say that to you again. Why the hell would I care to ride a damn bike in a Dragon Ball Z video game when they can fly? You adding all this extra nonsensical shit in the game to try to make it seem like you're giving us something to have fun with, but it doesn't make sense with the it doesn't make sense with the oh nah, man. Yeah, man, the game ain't worth buying at all. Wish I can get this damn mud off the bottom of my shoe. But yeah, it's really gonna be one of those games that's gonna, like I said, it's gonna play good. It's gonna the controls are gonna be well did. It's just what we're getting with it, the reason why I'm deciding not to buy it. Some of y'all may think that sounds stupid, but when you get the same thing for the past 10 years, eventually you're gonna wanna stop fucking with it. And until they decide they wanna release a Dragon Ball, super video game, the way that they're creating Dragon Ball Kakarot, and you shouldn't have to buy Dragon Ball Kakarot for them to understand that we wanted this. They knew that we wanted that from the get-go before they even released this damn game. They just decided to do something stupid because they thought they would be able to get some cheap money and try to bait us into buying for trash. And I'm just not with it. So I'm not getting it. You shouldn't get it either. Save your damn money.